What's up, everybody? This is Purple Sapphire speaking to you guys, and I decided to do a Sapphire thought. Not only that, I would say that I was going to do a Sapphire monologue today, and since it is a week later than the first Sapphire thought, the last Sapphire thought I meant, frick. Never mind about that. I have done like a Sapphire thought like last week, actually. I did say I was going to do it every 2 weeks. I lied. I would say I would do it every 2 videos. I would say that, so in that case, makes sense, actually. I meant to say every 3 videos, but I'm pretty sure it may be the same thing. I don't know. I'm not quite sure about this whole schedule thing yet. I mean, I was going to do a Sapphire monologue during that time, but I'm not quite sure yet. But despite of all that, I would say that everything is going fine so far. So, how's everyone doing? How are things going? Don't know what else am I going to say now, but I wanted to talk about something about self-esteem, actually. And to be honest, I have poor self-esteem. And you may be thinking, Saph, why in the world are you talking in the camera then? This is the way I'm going to communicate to people, actually. I mean, I have poor self-esteem. Like, I feel like I have autism for some reason. Not to say that just to offend anybody. I'm not born with autism, by the way. But it feels like I have it because I don't know how to communicate with people that often. Because I have poor self-esteem, I can do anything around. Ironically, I hang around with people fine. It's just that when it comes to like a group of friends or some kind of presentation that I had to do, let's go with that. I would say that I have no idea of what to speak out of. And since self-esteem is the part where you get to like be a social butterfly or be in a silent shadow or whatsoever, I would say I was close to being a silent shadow. Because I was always the silent one in all of the community onto my perspective. Well, I would say there are some more quieter people, but I was by far the quietest upon society. And to be honest, I really hate it when it comes to those things. Like, I would say I would go to my previous Sapphire thought saying about my mind and my ego. I would say that both of them are fighting, actually. Well, I would say that both of them do not like cooperating with each other. I would say that. I don't know how it turns out. But because that those two are part of my head for some reason, I was thinking, yeah, this is definitely not going to happen. Because what I'm going to be saying is what I'm not supposed to say. And what if I'm not supposed to say it, I say it anyways. Not just because I was going through with all that. You see, though, I have that kind of situation onto my head that everything is gone downhill. But my self-esteem is poor. Ironically, I do a lot of performances during that time. And the last one I did was actually my 6th performance so far. And I was going to do a 7th next month. Maybe I could record it here, I'm not quite sure. But I'm not quite sure about that myself, actually. I mean, I'm a good singer, actually. But despite of all that low self-esteem that I actually have, I don't talk to people that often, like on a daily basis. I can speak to another person, but it's just an individual conversation, like it's just one-on-one. And I'm used to that, actually. I'm used to like one-on-one conversations. I'm used to like partners and all kinds of this stuff like that. But when it comes to groups, like say that there's 4 or more people into a group, or 5 or 6, I don't know. I would say I was by far a silent person. With a group of 3, I'm okay with. And a group of 2, or basically partners, I would say I'm fine with it. But when it comes to like 4, 5, or 6 people in a group, I'm definitely silent. Ironically, I would say sometimes in a group of 3, I was pretty much silent. But I'm used to that, actually. Because when it comes to partners, it's just a one-on-one conversation, and I'm used to that. Everyone's used to that somehow. But when it comes to like 3 people or more into a group, I would say I'm definitely a shadow. But not a silent shadow, actually. I did contribute with the group, actually. But the hard part is that I'm not so contributing when it comes to like people that I don't know or they know each other. And most likely in my community, I would say I'm pretty much the shadow part of the group. I was like the silent shadow onto anyone else's own ways. And because of this whole thing, I would say my self-esteem is actually low. I said this to some people once, that I actually do have a dark side. As I mentioned in the previous video, I did say I have a dark side. But the dark side of me, it's pretty much the opposite of what I'm used to. I can be confident, brave, and a little bit efficient at the same time. I don't know if that's the correct word, but I try. Sometimes my dark ego can be going all over the place. Like, for example, if I actually committed a crime, what the heck am I supposed to do? I might as well just give up and surrender and say, okay, I'm fully guilty upon this. I understand the situations. Give me the charges. I would say that, but it's not going to happen, like, literally. Like, I'm a generous person. I'm a kind person. I'm the most caring person that I can think of. Those aren't words. What the hell? I would say that there's a lot of stuff that is going on into my life. I would say that it's not that I'm used to both sides at the same time. It's just that I'm having trouble balancing them. And you know how much I hate multitasking. Even though I didn't mention any of multitasking in my previous videos. Whoops. I would say that everything else is kind of a bit off limits. I wouldn't say that everything else would be as capable as it should been, but let's just say that I'm acting up some kind of nonsense. Like, everyone has a bad mood. Everyone does. But it kind of bit goes off topic lately, and I would say that it's kind of a bit weird. Speaking of off topic, I am going off topic, so crap. I kind of have that feeling that this poor self-esteem I have, like, people have poor self-esteem, but they have lots of personalities onto their own heads. Like, for example, when someone has poor self-esteem, they actually can create art. They can actually sing. They can actually do a talent that they're used to. They like hobbies or whatsoever. But nobody knows that because that person has low self-esteem, they have nothing to say to anyone else in the world. And because of all that, I would say that, yeah, this is definitely not going to happen. Even though I have poor self-esteem, that doesn't mean I can actually do the things that I actually wanted to do. I like singing. I like making videos. I like athletics, like soccer, baseball. I actually haven't played baseball, actually. I actually like badminton, floor hockey, and other kinds of stuff like that. Like, come on. Even though I obviously contribute on some things, that doesn't mean that I actually have to say something about it. Like, for example, I was in a group once, and then all of a sudden it fell apart, actually. Sorry. But it actually fell apart, and the group is still staying strong. It's just that I'm not part of their group anymore. I actually moved on my own. I decided nothing's working out. But it's kind of hard getting into the second group I'm in. And because I have a lack of contribution onto them, as well as poor self-esteem, I had nothing to say, and that makes me really, really lonely. And you may be thinking, yeah, this is never going to happen in your entire life. I would say it would, but not so much. I mean, it's nothing comparable to what I had in store, but that is pretty much what I had. And because of this poor self-esteem that I actually had, this is pretty much what I had in store. And because of that lack of self-esteem, I didn't get to talk often. And not only that, if I don't talk that often, my vocabulary and grammar can go all over the place. Well, when it comes to like people I talk to, I have no idea what I'm gonna say, and then all of a sudden this crud happens, and I was going to be off topic. Well, that's normality. I mean, it's normal for people to go off topic, like I did in this video. But that doesn't even mean anything, because everyone has their own, like, they have their own problems. I understand that. But the smallest issue that I get to be a lot more concerned about can be a big issue if this problem is unsolved. So, in that case, that's pretty much what I had in store. So, oh dear. What I meant to say was self-esteem. What do you think? Do you have poor self-esteem, or do you have a high self-esteem? Well, if you are a social butterfly, good for you. But if you have poor self-esteem, try doing things that you enjoy doing, and then everyone has an interest onto you. That's my advice for today. Pretty sure that advice is already gone a long time ago. Not pretty. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to. I'm not going to force you. And this is Purple Sapphire signing off. I'll see you guys in the next video.